Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Chris, and welcome back for the final time to the 2015 NFL season. No more predictions. Actually, no, wait a minute, there are. Oh, it never ends. Welcome back to the recap show. This is our recap show. The season is now over. The 2015 season is in the books, and we are all on to 2016. Shit is already hitting the fan. People are getting cut left and right. Of course, not really a good thing. We shouldn't celebrate that. Those are people losing their jobs. So, bless their hearts. No, seriously. Hopefully they find their new job somewhere else. Hopefully they'll be successful with whatever else they do. Or at least find a new team. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, this is gonna be the recap show. I'm gonna probably spend a lot of time talking non-stop about a bunch of different things. So I do apologize ahead of time. This is not gonna be the usual prediction video where we kind of just we talk for a little while, then make a prediction and all that kind of stuff. This is just straight through talking non-stop. It's gonna be fun. Alright, anyways, guys, for the last time, let's throw it to the flashback. And let's find out how me and GoCubs did with our Super Bowl prediction. Spoiler alert, not very well.
I'm choosing the Panthers.
I'm going with the Panthers. Yeah, 7-4 for me to finish up the postseason, and 153-114. I'm still bummed that I made broke the 100 loss point. I don't know. I think this was a bad season for me in terms of predicting. I'm hoping to come back. I'm hoping to be better than ever in terms of predicting games. I'll spend my time studying and watching film and watching all games on like NFL Game Pass or whatever, and I'm making all that up because I probably won't study any of that. I'll probably just wing it like I usually do. But no, I'll try my best next time. So 7-4 is my final record. But for GoCubs, that's my final postseason record. But for GoCubs, his final postseason record is 8-3. I basically gave him that once I predicted the Panthers, I gave him the postseason victory over me. So good for him though. Came in, did well with his predictions. I'm sure he's disappointed about the Panthers losing. He was filled with sodium afterwards. But no, I really, I don't mind it. I don't mind. I didn't mind the Super Bowl. I think it was a pretty okay Super Bowl. I know a lot of people would want a more exciting, a little bit more closer game, a little bit more score. I always say more scoring because that's basically why a lot of people were disappointed. But I appreciate the defense a lot. I appreciate the defensive battle, and it was fun watching the Denver Broncos defense. It wasn't one of those blowouts like the Seattle Super Bowl was, because it was close till probably the last 4 minutes. And that defense that was so much fun to watch. It was really incredible. So, anyways, I think it was a good Super Bowl. Not the best, but it was good. Anyways, on for the final time to RIP, as we say goodbye to the 17-2 Carolina Panthers, who lost Super Bowl 50, unfortunately. You know, I loved the Carolina Panthers this season. This was just such an amazing story. So many great storylines. It really felt like this was going to be their year, but they just could not face that Denver defense. They just could not come up when it really mattered. And I don't know. I think that this team should still be commended for what it did. And the Carolina Panthers, this was one of the best teams of all time, this Carolina Panthers team. Just how they were able to come back from all this adversity, losing Kelvin Benjamin, Cam Newton getting in an accident earlier before this, like during last season, or during the 2014 season, and even during the 2014 season, going 7-8-1, somehow making the playoffs, beating a beat-up Cardinals team, and kind of getting smoked by the Seahawks. Like, it was really just not good for the Panthers, and to come back and only lose 2 games, it's remarkable. That is remarkable. So I commend this team. It was so much fun to watch them all season long, and I hope that they remain a consistent contender in the NFC and they don't just drop off, because that would be really disappointing. I think this team has a lot of potential. As you can see, all 30 other teams that were eliminated are here as well. Decided to bring them back. One of these teams could very well go to the Super Bowl and win it next year. One of these teams on the screen could potentially be going to Houston and win the whole thing, but they will have to go through one team, and that is the Super Bowl 50 champions, Denver Broncos. Either that, or they'll kind of fall off the face of the earth, and no one will have to face them in the playoffs. I don't see why that would happen, because that defense, man, if they could get a lot of the defensive players back during free agency, it would be such a win for them. They need it, and it is what got them to this point. Peyton Manning goes out a legend for winning 2 Super Bowls, a winning record in the postseason, all those records in the regular season, 200 wins. I think it was 200, could be wrong. I think it was much more, probably. But whatever, he broke the record for most wins by a starting quarterback, including postseason. So it was really remarkable what he was able to do. Ever, and he's gonna go out legend. But with that all being said, I think that with all the credit that we're gonna be giving to Peyton Manning with this Super Bowl, we need to give the same amount of credit to Brock Osweiler, because he came in when a lot of hope was going out the window for the Broncos, coming off their first loss to the Colts, then getting blown out by the Chiefs. He came in and basically made things a little bit more stable for them. He was able to have a lot of good games, including that amazing Patriots game. I don't know, like, yes, that was a lot of defense, but you can't like look at that and not say like, hey, he didn't turn the ball over. He was a good game manager in that sense. He did what he had to do, and it was awesome. So congrats to the Denver Broncos. I'm glad that they won. I'm glad that it was the first championship since this is '98. And Pat Bowlen, that John Elway when he raised the trophy and he was like, "This one's for Pat." And I was so happy. I was that because we all kind of expected him to say that if they did win, but actually seeing it was like it made me choke up. But I wasn't paying attention the entire time. But you like, if you watch NFL films and you watch like all the classic Super Bowls, you know that's like an iconic scene in NFL history. This one's for John before John Elway retired. That was such a big moment in NFL history for that to kind of almost repeat itself as Pat Bowlen is dealing with all with his Alzheimer's. That's how you pronounce it. It was really just a nice moment. So I'm happy. I'm really happy for a lot of them. I'm happy for Wade Phillips. He's a character. I love Wade Phillips. That's the person I'm most happy about because his defense just dominated. He's just a great guy. he's just really fucking funny. But so I'm really happy for him. So yeah, Broncos win it. This whole season just feels surreal to me. Like thinking about it, like it feels like this football season. It felt like it took a long time, but a little bit of me feels like it was a weird season. I loved it. I loved every second of it. But it was a weird season. I hope that the next season is going to be really good. I think it can be. I think it can be really good. Really, really, really good. Anyways. Alright. Oh, whoops, we didn't want to show you the Cleveland Browns. I don't know, maybe you'll have to find out what that is in a little bit. But before we get to that, we have nothing to really predict right at this moment. So before we get to that segment with the Browns and other teams as well, I want to give out some awards for the 2015 season. And this is how I feel personally. So this is the way I'm going to do it. This is all just based off of the predictions from this year and just how I saw this season as well, how epic the season has been. I'm going to give out awards to certain teams. First, starting out with the team that had the best rebound season. And this is what I mean by that. It's not the Panthers. It would easily be the Panthers, this award. But the thing is that they made the playoffs last year. This is a team that did not make the playoffs, had a losing record, and was able to rebound and head to the postseason this time around. So this is what I'm looking at right now. I have 3 nominees. The Minnesota Vikings were 7-9 in 2015, and came back to go 11-5, I believe. 11-5. And nearly beat the Seahawks. The Washington Redskins is the other nominee. Went from 4-12 to 9-7, a very nice rebound, and went from last to first in their division. Really, just a great turnaround for them. And then you got the New York Jets, who, well, I should have specified that they don't necessarily have to go to the postseason. But I wanted to put the Jets, put the Jets in there as an honorable mention because of the fact that this team went from 4-12 to 10-6. Had just a remarkable year, only to fall Bills win short of the postseason. So that's why I threw them in there. But the winner is the Minnesota Vikings. And that is just because of the fact that the Vikings, they really were nothing last year without Adrian Peterson. Getting him back and being able to really be the complete team that they were meaning to be was great. Their defense really stepped up this year. Teddy Bridgewater had a much better year. He had a Pro Bowl year because he was a Pro Bowl alternate, so he got in. And it was just a really good season for the Vikings. They overthrew the Packers, for crying out loud. I mean, that's tough to do, but of course the Packers did have quite a fallout. But one thing to note as well, the reason I did not pick the Redskins was because of the division that they played in. Cowboys were beat up. Giants couldn't complete games. Eagles were a mess. And it was just not. It was not unexpected for the Redskins to go ahead and go from last to first in a division like the NFC East, but in the NFC North division, that's kind of tough to navigate through. There are some tough opponents. Hey, the Vikings were able to kick some butt, so good for them. And the Jets didn't win because they didn't make the postseason. That's really, that's really the basics of that, which is really disappointing as me as a Jets fan. But regardless, closing out of all those, now on to basically the opposite. The team that was in the postseason had a lot of success and just completely and utterly tanked. And I may be called unfair for this one, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys. This team, without Tony Romo, is unwatchable. They just could not get it together. They only have one win all season that did not have Tony Romo in the game at all. And it's disappointing. It was really disappointing because we all thought maybe, oh yeah, well, the Cowboys could make the leap this year. Not going to happen. And it shows that the Cowboys have more issues than they think. Than they originally thought, at least. So I think that they need to really look at their team, figure out what is truly wrong, what they truly need, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm a Giants fan as well, but I'm not gonna root against the Cowboys. I think they're a good team. I think they have a lot of good units to it, and I think that they can go all the way with Tony Romo. Though they can't have Tony Romo be injured. They just need to have a really good draft and good free agency as well, because otherwise it's an absolute mess. But anyways, that's the Cowboys get the worst turnaround ever, or at least for the 2015 season. Now I'm going to do an honorary award. So this honorary award can be good or bad, and this is like a award that I would do yearly, but the actual title of the award will change. So the honorary award will go to the St. Louis Rams, or the Los Angeles Rams. And the award is the team with the most douchebag owner. So, and I'm going to say this. I think that the way the St. Louis, this move was handled by Stan Kroenke was absolutely ridiculous. And it was really disappointing. Just seeing like how he basically completely brushed off the St. Louis' proposal. He wanted so badly to get to LA. He wanted that money. And then, and now, on top of all that, he buys the most expensive ranch in Texas for who knows what. And watch the Rams move to San Antonio or whatever the fuck the ranch was in. Like, it was just so weird. It was a weird move. I'm fine with a team being in LA, and I'm glad that LA gets their Rams back after missing them for so many years. But to rip it out of the hands of St. Louis, who actually have a Super Bowl trophy there, hurts. And it hurts a lot. They are actually just pulling the Super Bowl trophy away with them. I'm pretty sure. I would think they're gonna bring that to LA. I don't know. I think that was really harsh. And really, I think St. Louis is a great sports town. I know people they he wanted to go with the rivalries and everything. We're gonna be like I don't like the St. Louis Cardinals from baseball. You know, like people don't like St. Louis because of their teams. They're rivaling those teams. But when you have a city like that is involved in so many sports, from hockey to baseball and formerly football, it sucks to have football leave like that. It's just really shitty. I would love for St. Louis to get a team back. I just don't know what or who that team would be. But yeah, it's just a sucky situation. But congrats to LA, you get your team. But Stan Kroenke, you're a dick. you're a dick for just the way you hate. It could have been handled so much better. So much better. Just saying. Anyways, that's how I see it. Not bashing the Rams in any way, shape, or form. The owner, yes. But the Rams as a whole, no. Hopefully they get that quarterback so they can go all the way. We'll see. We'll talk about that later, actually. Next up actually pertains to this program. This year I went through all 267... Wait, I'm gonna have to do the math. 200 and... Oh my god, I can't do the math. 265 is the number of regular season games. So plus 11. Wait, I'm sorry. 256. So plus 11 is 67. Okay, I got it. 200. I predicted 267 games this year. And I wanted to figure out which teams I did the best with predicting and which teams I did the worst with predicting. And I came up with some very interesting results. So I'm going to give the award first to the team that I was able to predict their games the best. So, with 13 out of their 18 games that they played, the Carolina Panthers, you were my most predictable team. Congratulations. So I think this was just because they were on such a stretch for such a long time. I did not think that they were going to be taken down anytime soon, so I just kept on predicting that they were going to win. They became like the New England Patriots, where you can't really predict against them. So oh, by the way, I was saying all season that I never predict against the Patriots. I completely forgot in week 2 that I picked the Bills to beat the Patriots. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but that happened. I don't know. Anyways, the Carolina Panthers. Again, it was so great to watch them, and it kind of made me want them to win so many times. That kind of pulled me to predict that they would win, because they kept on winning, and there is no one was gonna stop them, and they were stopped. So I don't know. But that 13 out of the 18, that was my best record. Not even that great. 13 predicting right and 5 wrong. I mean, that's not that amazing. But I don't know. Who cares? Now, let's get to the other one now. The team that I just could not figure out all season. So I only got 6 right with this team. 6 right out of 18 games. So that's a third of their games. Who else would be playing 18 games but the Denver Broncos? That's Super Bowl champion I couldn't get right. I only got 6 games right for the Denver Broncos all season long. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of it was me doubting them. Looking back at it, it was me not thinking that they could beat teams. And a lot of that had to do with the way that Peyton Manning was playing. So, and now I was proven wrong, and I bow down to you, Denver. And it was just really funny. I was looking at it, I was just like, wow, that is the team that I just could not figure out at all. I only got it right 6 times. That's ridiculous. I only got 1 postseason right. And then the other 5 were scattered around the regular season. Didn't get like the first 2 games at least right. I predicted the Ravens to beat the Broncos, and then I predicted the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. I forget what they played in week 3. Oh yeah, I think that was one of them I got right. Was the Broncos against the Lions. But that was obvious. I predicted correctly the obvious ones, and the good ones. Rip. Anyways, so the Denver Broncos, congratulations, you win the most important award, the least predictable team. I could not figure you out at all, but congrats, you get a Super Bowl trophy, because I doubted you so much. That's exactly why. Not the defense, not anything involving the team. A kid from New York just could not figure you out, and because of that, because I was such a doubter, your energy, my energy actually gave you guys the win. That's the truth. That's actually Von Miller is not the Super Bowl MVP. I'm the Super Bowl MVP. God damn it. Anyways, I'm going on with myself. I'm gonna keep on going now. We're done with the awards. So I did say earlier that we're not gonna really do any predictions, but I do want to get out of the way something that I love doing, which is the bold predictions. I have some crazy freaking scenarios in my head that I wanted to put down, but I went with things that are at least a little bit logical, a little bit. That not entirely, and in fact, you'd probably still laugh at these predictions, but I think that there is a shot. I think that there is potentially a shot that it could happen. So let's see what we can do here. My first bold prediction, there's the Browns. The Browns, under new head coach Hugh Jackson, with their it's number 2 overall, but with their first round draft pick at quarterback, whoever it is, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, whoever it is, I believe the Cleveland Browns will make the playoffs for the first time since 2002. The reason I'm making the bold prediction is because of Hugh Jackson alone. The energy that he's bringing to Cleveland is redonkulous. He seems very awesome. I feel like out of all the new head coaches, he had the most personality. And I feel like if you had a coach with a good personality and knows what he wants to do and has had so much success before as a coordinator, he did fairly well with the Raiders when he was head coach there. I think there's a lot of hope for Hugh Jackson and the Browns. So I'm gonna say that they make the playoffs right here, right now. As my first bold prediction. Boom. Go with that as you may. Now returning to the Rams after I bashed their owner. I will say that under quarterback Robert Griffin III, and I'm not gonna say any I'm not gonna take a correct prediction if it's not RG3 under center. Under quarterback RG3, the Rams will make it to the NFC Championship game. Take that as you will. So it's again another team that's gonna make the playoffs, but is actually gonna go far enough to make the NFC Championship game at least. But with my next bold prediction, that means they lose it. Because I got two teams that I think will go to Super Bowl 51 will face off in Houston in Super Bowl LI, Long Island. And that is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions getting their act together and making the Super Bowl. No Patriots, no Steelers, no Broncos, no Seahawks, no Panthers, no Cardinals, no Packers. None of the juggernauts. The Chiefs and the Lions unexpectedly make the Super Bowl this upcoming season. And the reason why is that the Lions had such a great stretch, still lost some games that they really shouldn't have, but they really had a bright spot with their season. And I think with this offseason, I don't think they're losing a lot of free agents, or at least a lot of good free agents, so they can have a really nice well, they may lose Calvin Johnson, but regardless of that, they can easily get a new wide receiver because there's plenty in the draft, and there's a lot of hope for the Lions. And the Chiefs, they were so dominant for so long. They really had such a great stretch of games, and I think that if they just get the clock management in order, they get back Jamal Charles, and hopefully he has a year, I think there's a lot of hope for both of these teams to at least make the playoffs. So I'm going to go the full stretch with the bold prediction and say that they go all the way. If they both end up at 2-14, then that sucks. That really makes me look bad. I don't care though. These are bold predictions. When you're making bold predictions, they don't have to make sense. Let's just face it. Let's just go with that. So, Chiefs Lions going to the Super Bowl. And that, my friends, is the last time you'll see that golden NFL logo, because fuck that logo. I cannot wait to go back to the regular logo. Regardless of that, guys, this has been such an incredible season, and I enjoyed following it with so many people, good and bad. It was just really cool to get this opportunity to follow the entire season, follow every single team through every single game, and all their moves that they made all off season last time, and have it all come to a great conclusion with Super Bowl 50. It was just so amazing. It was so much fun, and now we get to do it all again with the Combine in a few weeks, the free agency starting March 9th. It's all gravy. I'm very, very, very excited to see what happens next. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this series. We'll be back earlier than you usually expect. We'll be back in April before they announce the 2016 schedule, and I will break down my predictions for what the schedule will look like. I have to look back exactly what I did last year, but I'm going to do it. I'll do it in April, and it'll be fun. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please follow me on Twitter, because I talk football all the time on there if you're interested in the series. I love talking football. Anyone that just likes talking casual, just all about football, good fan, does not get too cocky or anything, I'm your man. I'm your man to talk to, because I like talking football. I don't care who it is. You can message me on Twitter. I will give you my time of day. So that's that. But now it's on to hockey and basketball. I'm going to be watching that as well, and baseball. So we'll see what happens. And arena football. I'm going on with myself, aren't I? Yes, I'm watching AFL. Deal with it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's now past the half-hour mark, so I'm going on now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.